2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to work. And now the rookie's free. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick-strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They go play action here on first down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A nice throw there. And, you know, this game, a true rarity. Not one, but you got 2 rookie quarterbacks facing each other in the playoffs. What do you think, Charles, that says about the state of quarterback play in today's NFL?
I'm glad you asked that question because all week in preparation for this game, I thought about that, and what I've landed on is this. These kids
into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, The ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Gibbs. And he's got some space here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 106 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. They're giving some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Back to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Smith, the man in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Quick with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down. 21-0 our score after one. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run with Cook. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. They try again with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is fourth down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on fourth. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
118 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. There's another example, another incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Well, they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back to throw now on 1st down. This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Lions Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Cook again.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find.
And now here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout timeout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. You back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. Here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And Dalton to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Throwing. Dalton. Flushed it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aleem McNeil never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Passing, it's Dalton. Dancing to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibbs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 134 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Second and 5. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. They'll set up to throw. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are pouring it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this? Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, now the good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Andy Dalton. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And the midfield stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 26 yards. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their fan base at this point has to be thinking, is this finally the year we once again taste success in the playoffs? They're not there yet, but it's looking promising here in this 4th quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibbs, and he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Looking to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They'll run on first down. Gibbs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Dalton sets up play action. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their fan base at this point has to be thinking, is this finally the year we once again taste success in the playoffs? They're not there yet, but it's looking promising here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibbs, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll set up a throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is fielded at the 27. A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
368.
To try again after the sack. Dalton.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
this position, trying to get back into the game. Teams are looking for a spark in their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Dalton. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate.